We are at the Barnsley Metrodome for Weber Cup 14, one of the fiercest competitions in the sport. Before the break, we saw Europe win the Baker match. They're proving to be a very strong team, and the USA have now squandered a big lead. Now it's the singles games, and coming next, we have the first of two clashes between Dom Barrett and Chris Barnes. This is a chance for Barrett to help Team Europe draw level. Before the event got underway, we caught up with one of the newest additions to the PBA Hall of Fame.
I started when I was 12 years old, and I went down to the Youth Bowlers Club, the YBC, on Saturday mornings, and I went on to play tournaments around England, and it's a pretty long road, but it took me all the way to where I am now through representing England as a junior and then a senior team, and now into the European team. I've had plenty of ups and downs here in Barnsley. Won the World 10-Bit Masters, won the Weber Cup a couple of times, and we've had some heavy defeats. So, you know, it's a really emotional roller coaster. We have plenty of fans that come along, friends and family. It's something I look forward to every year, and you hate when you lose in this lane, and there's nothing better feeling when you win on it either. Looking forward to Mika leading us. He's the best bowler in Europe and has been probably since the first time he started bowling overseas from Finland. It'll mean so much this year. I think we all know what's on the line for us after what happened last year, and I think we're a lot more up for this year, a lot more competitive. We've all made sure we're in great form going into this, and we're going to have nothing left on the line when it comes out of this event. We're going to give everything.
Representing Europe, it's Dom Barrett. And now representing Team USA, it's their captain, Chris Barnes. So it's the first of two games in a row that these two players are playing. It's a bit of a quirk of the draw, and it's absolutely fascinating because whoever wins the first game, you'd think, has a big advantage. Come on, Dom, come over and have a chat as well. Chris, is that fair to say whoever wins this first clash will have a big advantage?
Well, it will certainly shift the pressure on whoever loses the first match. Either way, whether they pull even, and then there'll be some pressure on me to keep us from falling behind after having a big lead, or if I win, then and they're 2 down, looking not to go back to 3 down, which is a huge hole.
It does put a lot of extra pressure on you guys. Dom, how did you feel when you saw the draw for tonight, saw you were playing such a legend of the sport twice in a row?
It's a little bit expected. We both looked at the schedule and we could see that one guy can go on and not be cold for the second match, and knew that Chris was going to be playing against me this match, so we kind of figured out it's going to happen. So we're quite happy with it. We're happy with how the lane's playing. Obviously, we're bowling good, so it's going to keep this momentum train running forward.
Fair enough. Good luck to both of you in this match. Here we go. It is time to watch Europe versus USA in the Saturday night singles. Over to your commentators, Cass Edwards and Andy Bodfish.
Barnes against Barrett then in the opening singles matchup in session 3. Saturday night under the lights at the Barnsley Metrodome at the 888.com Weber Cup. Second time in this competition this year that these two have met in the singles. We know what happened. First singles match, first session. Chris Barnes turned in a perfect game. The American skipper to open up here with another strike.
I don't mind if we see another 300 game, Andy, and I don't really care who bowls it, but it would be nice to see Dom just slide one in there, wouldn't it? Put one over on the Team USA captain.
Well, it would be the first since Paul Moore, wouldn't it? The one and only European thus far to record a perfect game in the Weber Cup. He was the first to do it.
Yeah, Dom's a man that's in great form. He's had a recent win in the Chandra Open singles event in the Netherlands. Shot a 300 game on the way. And as I say, he's ranked #1 in Europe at this particular time. But that little shot just hurried on there. The lane has not been redressed at all since the last game.
Certainly makeable, this spare, but those 5 straight strikes in the Baker, Dom might have expected more there.
Yeah, he's left the 2 and the 8 pin. We call it a sleeper. He's got to make sure he covers that pin at the back with a high hooking ball. Not dissimilar to that. Great looking spare. Fiance Cassie there, sitting down right in the front row with the rest of the Barrett family, entourage, friends and family. We call them the Domination, and they certainly support Dom and the Weber Cup annually. There's Cassie with the, and they've all got their own shirts on. Keep calm and spank the Yanks, it says. It's a bit outrageous, really, but there you go. All good friendly banter.
Frame 2. And Barnes, yeah, very heavy through the head pin. And leaves the 3 right-hand side.
Yes, you could actually hear him shout push as this ball gets near the pins. It's inside of his mark, the angle he's aiming at. He needs it just to push on there, but it won't. And it hooks up high through the head pin. 3-6-10 standing. He's very disappointed with that shot. He was working on a strike. Can't make the double and now has to spare these 3 pins on the right-hand side of the lane.
Judged it perfectly. Doesn't leave it open. But even so, Chris Barnes denied the chance of another perfect whilst playing Dom Barrett.
One spare only for Chris Barnes in the whole tournament. Lots of strikes, 2 unfortunate open frames, but only 1 spare. How unusual.
Strike for Dom in frame 2. That's what the Team Europe Appreciation Society want to see more of.
Yeah, change of ball there for Dom Barrett from frame 1. Snaps that ball, puts lots of action on it. Well, it's light on the head pin, but gets a lot of mix. Doesn't matter, it carries all 10 pins and that will count.
Strike number 20 in Weber Cup 14 for Chris Barnes.
Yeah, he just moved his feet left on the approach a bit just to open up the lane a bit, give him a bit more angle to play with as the ball gets down to the last 15 feet of the lane. And it's snapped back to the pocket nicely. So just quite a big change there, and it's paid off for him, striking frame number 3. Dom Barrett, the Europe's number 1, looking to make a double, working on a strike. And
he gets that double, clean as a whistle through the head pin.
It was certainly a valuable ball change in frame 2 where he struck, and he's done it again now, so that's the double. And he hangs on to that lead after 3 frames.
10 pins in it at this stage.
Chris Barnes picks up a couple of gold medals earlier this year at the World 10-Pin Bowling Association World Championships in Las Vegas. He's also won on the American Tour in Milwaukee.
Another strike for Barnes.
I wasn't quite sure whether he thought that was good or not. It looked pretty good from where I was. There's the difference between the two. A much higher backswing from Dom Barrett. They both slide close to the foul line and hold that balance. Very smooth, very professional looking. Okay, Dom needs to keep the run of strikes going. He's working on 2. He's playing against Superman, as he's known, Chris Barnes.
There it is. Bernard Matthews sharpening that knife. for Dom Barrett's Turkey.
Yeah, it's looking pretty hot at the moment, hasn't he? That ball change has made all the difference. Makes you wonder why he didn't use it in the first frame, but just a slight experiment. He's now settled in on that line, got the ball doing exactly what he wants, and getting the carrying all 10 pins.
Chris Barnes on the back of a double. Three in a row, just about. The 10-pin wiped its feet, but tumbled anyway. That's a Turkey for Barnes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure whether he actually was going to score 6 pins here, or even less. He's inside his mark, upped his speed a bit, but it still held the head pin, and just fortunate to break those 3 pins up. You have to take strikes like that. They are a little bit fortunate, but it makes 3 strikes in a row. But he's scratching his head a bit. It certainly wasn't on the line that he wanted, and it didn't make the pocket. Keeps him in the game. Barrett looking for 4. Can he make it?
8 strikes from his last 9 bowls for Dom Barrett. Yeah, just the ratio drops off slightly. Leaves his spare.
Yeah, this one's inside his mark. It's left as soon as it gets off his hand. Big finish in the back end. Almost crosses the head pin to take a Brooklyn strike. But you can see pins flying around that 10 pin in the corner, and none of them wanted to know. Hard and fast shot for the spare. And there we are at the halfway stage.